Welcome back to AI in 5 minutes a day. So you've probably realized by now that AI is everywhere, from chatbots answering your emails to algorithms deciding what shows you should binge next. But how does it actually work? And where did it all begin? Today we're taking it back to basics. No jargon, no fluff, just the essentials of how AI became what it is today. In this episode, we'll break down algorithms, the secret sauce behind AI. Think of them as recipes, but for computers. We'll ask ourselves why AI isn't just one thing. There's old school rule-following AI and modern self-learning AI. And talk a bit more about the origins of AI, from ancient myths to Ada Lovelace to the Dartmouth Conference, where AI officially got its name. AI didn't just appear overnight. It's been centuries in the making. So, how did we get from early algorithms to today's machine learning powerhouses? Let's find out. But before that, let's close the topic we approached on the previous video about AI hallucinating. So why does AI hallucinates and makes stuff up? Let's get one thing straight. AI doesn't know reality. It just plays the odds. It doesn't lie like a shady politician. It just generates the most statistically probable response. For example, ask AI for a quote by Camus, and if it doesn't have enough data, it might just invent one that sounds right. Because why let facts get in the way of a good answer? How is this different from humans? When we don't know something, we can admit it, at least the honest ones among us. AI, on the other hand, confidently delivers nonsense like it's gospel. So if AI tells you Einstein said, live, laugh, love, maybe double check that. Okay, now that it's said, back to basics. Let's talk algorithms, or AI's secret sauce. At its core, AI runs on algorithms, which, in plain English, are just step-by-step instructions a computer follows to complete a task. Think of an algorithm like a recipe, except instead of baking cookies, it's analyzing data or recognizing your face in photos. Computers only understand numbers, operating in binary code, zeros and ones, to represent everything from text to images to sound. Unlike the continuous real world, computers break everything into tiny discrete pieces so they can process it efficiently. So yeah, your AI assistant is basically just crunching a ridiculous amount of numbers at lightning speed. But AI is not just one thing. Artificial intelligence sounds fancy, but really it's just a broad term for algorithms that mimic human decision making. So there are two main types of AI. Symbolic AI, old school rule-based systems, think chess engines that follow if this then that logic. And machine learning AI. Instead of following strict rules, ML learns from examples and improves over time. With machine learning, or ML, AI learns to complete tasks without explicit programming. It uses deep learning, or DL, let's say the more advanced brain-inspired version of ML, powering everything from self-driving cars to AI art. Basically, AI has evolved from rigid rule followers to self-improving pattern recognizers. Then, from myths to machines, when did the birth of AI occur? So, AI isn't new. It's just finally getting good. Ancient myths featured AI-like ideas. Think, Pygmalion statue coming to life. Early computing concepts, Euclid's algorithms, and Ada Lovelace's first ever computer program in 1842. In the 1940s, Alan Turing proved that computers could simulate reasoning, aka do more than just basic math. And in 1956, we finally witnessed the official birth of AI. Marvin Minsky and John McCarthy coined the term at a conference in Dartmouth. Spoiler alert. It took decades for AI to actually do anything useful. So, AI started as a wild idea, turned into basic rule-following programs, and has now evolved into deep learning models capable of things we once thought were science fiction. And we're just getting started. So if you ever thought AI popped up overnight, think again. It's been a long, nerdy road to get here. Now, have you heard about AI winters? That's when the hype met reality. AI hasn't had a smooth ride. It's been through cycles of hype and disappointment known as AI winters. In the 1970s, AI stalled due to lack of computing power. Turns out big ideas need big processors. Then in the 80s, expert systems peaked, then flopped. Too rigid, too expensive, not very useful. Finally, from the 90s up to now, faster computers, better algorithms, and more data brought AI back from the dead. Moral of the story? AI has been the future for decades. It just needed the right tech to catch up. And it's with the rise of deep learning that AI got serious. In 1996, Deep Blue vs. Garry Kasparov, AI beats a world chess champion for the first time. And in 2010, people realized that big data plus better processors equals AI explosion. Deep learning took over, driving breakthroughs in speech recognition, self-driving cars, and AI-generated art. Basically, AI stopped being a novelty and started changing the world, fast. But now, how does machine learning actually works? AI learns by spotting patterns in huge data sets. For example, want to predict the price of a used motorcycle? AI analyzes past sales data to find trends. And with linear regression, a basic AI method that finds relationships between variables like mileage versus price, AI fine-tunes its predictions using adjustable parameters, aka cursors, tweaking its approach until it gets as accurate as possible. So, think of AI as a really dedicated intern. It starts out clueless, but the more data it gets, the better it performs. So to summarize, AI has evolved from simple rule-based systems to self-learning models. The real power of AI comes from computing resources plus access to massive data sets. We're still not at true reasoning, but AI is getting closer to interacting with the real world. In the next episode, we'll break down how AI learns and adapts in real-world environments, so stay tuned.